Let's talk about the 1.3 firmware. Yes, another video talking about the R5's firmware upgrade. Yada yada yada, C-Log 3 is fantastic, exposure is not perfect on the screen, and all that stuff you've probably already heard about. Here's the thing about creators though on YouTube. We all have different experiences, but in this video, I will try not to recycle what you've heard about the firmware update. What's nice, and what still needs attention. See, instead, in this video, I just want to give you my experience and what I believe makes this update one that can hopefully make some YouTubers stop complaining about how you can't edit the R5 files. So let's get started. I've updated the firmware a day after it came out, and I already released a video about how you can freeze your camera to combat overheating. Man, people were pissed about the condensation fact. Oops. Sorry guys, but I said don't do it. Works for me. Let me enjoy all the fun by myself. Anyway, on to the firmware. First thing I saw online that people were raving about was the fact that they finally have C-Log 3. I didn't get what all the excitement was about. I've been using C-Log 3 and C-Log 2 on the camera since it first released thanks to filming in 8K RAW. But whatever. So what do I think? C-Log 3 is cool. The view assist is totally broken though. Doesn't show you real exposure, so I just turn it off. Do I care if Canon fixes it? Meh, not really. Here's a shot of me recording outside, exposed correctly. If you screw up your exposure settings and get tricked by the view assist every time, you suck. Sorry, I'm sure Canon will fix it. So besides that, what else did they give us? Oh, that sweet buttery 120 frames per second in 1080p. It rocks. It's awesome. And I haven't used it. Why? Well, because it's nice to have, but until I need it, I won't use it. Here's some sweet 120 frames per second in 4K. It's hot out today. I filmed in 4K HQ all I wanted, and then afterwards I filmed in slow-mo just cuz. If I ever have to film 1080p and 120 frames per second, I'll let you guys know. Alright, I'll at least say one thing. If your camera were to overheat on you, you have no excuse to not get the shots you need. You can still record 4K, and now with this update, you can still record 120 frames per second in slow-mo. If you got a client that says, I want all my footage in 4K all the time, tell them, okay. Then go ahead and purposely shoot all of his footage in 1080p, from regular to slow-mo. Output that bad boy in 4K, hand it to him, and collect your money. I'm absolutely sure he won't tell you, I counted pixels and every 2 pixels were the same. If he does, just run. And now, the creme de la creme. I think that's how you say it. Anyway, here's what this firmware update gave to me and all the other YouTube creators that complained that the R5 footage was uneditable because of the 10-bit 422 codec. Here's what you do. Record C-Log 3 in the super duper snazzy new compressed IPB mode. The file bitrate is just 85 megabits per second, and I recorded 4K HQ in 24 frames per second. So it's 10-bit 422 C-Log 3 in a compressed file that you can edit smoothly, which was one of the primary complaints when it came to working with the R5, saying that all the file types are hard to edit with. So I think those are a lot of the cool advantages of using it. So, could you tell it's super compressed? If you could, you're probably that guy who counted all the pixels. Admit it. So here's what I did. I recorded footage under those settings, popped it into Premiere Pro, color corrected it, and voila, smooth editing. Though I was doing it at a quarter resolution, but that's how I always edit. Don't get mad. My point is, I save hard drive space, I don't have to create epoxy files, and I get great looking 4K 10-bit 422 footage that I can edit right away. So in conclusion, this update was great. Could they have done more? Sure, like for real, get rid of that stupid 30-minute record limit. Do I have to join the Magic Lantern community and start hacking this camera? You better hope I don't, cause I don't know anything about programming. Anyway, those are my thoughts. Firmware 1.3. Good job. To everyone who made it this far, I command you to subscribe. Do it like now. It's good for my health. Brings me joy. Unless you're that pixel counting guy. If you are, gotta go. Bye.